Finishing moves are a new addition to Destiny 2, and they've spiced up combat a lot. At first glance, they seem like their only benefit is a stylish execution, but they offer significant gameplay benefits, but they do come at a price. Today we're going to talk about finishers and their associated mods and how they impact the flow of combat. Let's get started. All finisher mods have a super energy cost attached to them, and that cost, from what I've seen, ranges from 1/10 of your super all the way up to 1/2. Even the least expensive super mods are incredibly costly because of how valuable your super is. If you're using a roaming super like the bottom tree Striker Titan's Code of the Juggernaut, then I'm sure you know your super can be used to clear out an entire lost sector and still have energy to spare. Inversely, if you're a hunter with a Celestial Nighthawk and Golden Gun, you absolutely must have your super ready to blast down bosses, or you're doing it wrong. So the question is, how do we generate enough super energy to continue using our super while also occasionally benefiting from finisher mods? Well, before we talk about generating super energy, you should know what you can spend it on. All finisher mods come on class items. For the smallest cost, we have the Snapload finisher. For 1/10 of your super, it generates primary ammo and reloads all your guns. Next, 1/2 finisher and explosive finisher restore melee or grenade energy respectively. Special finisher generates special ammo for your entire team for 1/3 of your super energy. Healthy finisher heals you for about 75% of your health for 1/10 of your energy, and safe finisher grants a hefty overshield for 1/4 of your super energy. Finally, on this season's artifact, we have heavy finisher. For 1/2 of your super, you generate heavy ammo. It's clear to see that as the super energy cost goes up, so does the value of the finisher. Alright, now it's time to talk about super generation. The easiest way to up your gains is to equip intelligence mods on your armor. For 5 energy, you can increase the rate at which your super generates passively. With 100 intellect, your super will passively fill in 3 minutes and 48 seconds, compared to its base regeneration rate of 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Next, depending on the elemental affinity of the finisher mod you're using, you can equip other perks like Remote Connection for bonus super energy from sniper kills, or Hands-On for bonus super energy from melee kills. Another powerful tool for super generation is the Bad Juju Kinetic Exotic Pulse Rifle. This pulse rifle's exotic trait grants additional super energy from kills. From there, you have to look at your subclass to determine what your best course of action will be. Let's use the Striker Titan's middle tree, Code of the Missile, as an example. Let's say you want to use 2 special weapons, a shotgun and a trace rifle. For that, the special finisher will be very important. We can start with intellect mods to increase our base regeneration rate. Then we consider our subclass abilities. The passive impact conversion grants additional super energy from hits with Ballistic Slam, our melee ability. To optimize that, we'll want more access to our melee ability, so the Insurmountable Skullfort is a great option. The Skullfort's exotic trait causes melee ability kills to provide health regen and reset our melee ability. With this combination, if we play correctly, or if no one steals our kills, we'll have infinite access to Ballistic Slam, and thus will generate a stupid amount of super energy, and as a result, will generate a lot of special ammo from our finishers. For another example, let's use the Hunter's Gunslinger subclass and the bottom tree, Way of the Sharpshooter. This tree almost always uses the Celestial Nighthawk exotic helmet for the strongest possible golden gun shot, so we'll slap that on. This tree has the Knife Juggler melee ability. Precision kills with your throwing knife generate bonus super energy and reset your melee ability. We also have the passive Practice Makes Perfect. Precision hits grant a buff that increases your super regeneration rate. Add the Bad Juju into this equation and a special weapon that complements your playstyle and mods for intellect, and you should have enough super energy to blast bosses when you need to, but also for your desired finisher mod. With all of that super energy, now we need something extra to spend it on. I went with an Arc class item for Hands-On for even more bonus super energy on melee kills, and an explosive finisher to reset my grenade. To wrap things up, finisher mods provide very potent benefits, and using them can dramatically increase your Guardian's power. But they're expensive, so building around them is important. You don't necessarily have to devote your entire loadout to super energy generation for your finisher mods to be effective, but depending on how frequently you want to use them, you can base your loadout around that. For example, a loadout with 2 special weapons would benefit from the special finisher and massive amounts of super energy to keep yourself going. Inversely, the safe finisher can be geared more towards activation in an emergency, so you don't necessarily need to generate additional energy to get good effects from this mod. Then again, it could be very fun to have infinite access to overshield, so you could spec into super energy with the safe finisher mod as well. My point is, there are a lot of different playstyles for the Warlock, Hunter, and Titan that can be built around finisher mods, and it's up to you to determine what style you want to adopt. And there we go, that's going to do it for the overview of the finishers and their implications in combat. Based on how complete your character's build is, the finisher mods are going to feel either lackluster or incredibly potent. I've been getting a lot of mileage out of Special Finisher because running 2 special weapons is very fun, but I'm starting to branch out into 1-2 Finisher, Explosive Finisher, and even Safe Finisher for the Overshield. They're very potent, and the implications to your build and your playstyle are very exciting. So, with all of that said, we're going to wrap things up here, but don't worry, there's plenty more Destiny 2 content coming in the future, and next week we've got Final Fantasy XIV content as well, so stay tuned for that. As always, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to support the channel more than you already do just by watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting, you can head over to patreon.com/iBluairJgR to become a patron. As always, the name of the game is Destiny 2, the name of the channel is iBluairJgR. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.